Are there any money blocks left? Do you have anything that's blocking you from a lot of money coming in, a lot of abundance, a lot of prosperity, a lot of success in your material wealth, in your financial wealth, your monetary wealth, and your physical wealth? Hi, I'm Mystic Mia Moshe. Thank you for joining me here for another beautiful spiritual pick a card reading. So we have 6 piles here. You may choose the pile based on the number, the crystal, or the image that resonates with you. Some piles have many blocks or many little blocks, and some have barely any. And it's no indication on where you are in your spiritual journey. If you've come to this reading, you're already pretty far. You're basically there. We're all basically there. All right, this is just for fun. Now, you're already inevitably getting this huge amount of abundance. This is more just kind of for the fun part of receiving this massive monetary physical abundance. We also will see how it might come in for you at first, how this abundance in the physical will be grounded in and start showing itself to you in the physical first. So it's a very exciting reading. It's very fun. Take it with a pinch of salt because you know you've already done it, Lightworker. Congratulations to you. You did it. We did it. Let's do this. So enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light. A lot of Lightworkers, beautiful starseeds, spiritual leaders, spiritual warriors, we all know that huge changes are coming to the collective, starting with us, starting with the people pioneering this awakening. And in my readings, we've been going over how the Lightworkers are going to be receiving a lot of physical wealth first because you've done the spiritual work. You've done the inner work, emotionally, mentally, healing traumas, releasing them, figuring out who you are, what your purpose is in this life, what you choose to be your purpose, and choosing to be your highest and best self through self-mastery and wanting so much more than any of the predecessors you've had, including your bloodline, family, your neighbors, your communities, the places you've grown up, the places, cities, and areas that you live now. You're ahead of the crowd energetically. You want to move into the 5D. And before you do, don't think you won't experience the greatest the physical 3D life has to offer. So this is a reading that will look into if there's any little block left because you're so far in your spiritual journey that you know you're receiving a lot of abundance. Lightworkers are getting to work on their bigger soul mission in 2024, 2025. And so you will be coming together with other Lightworkers. You will be receiving a lot of resources that you need, money, people, and otherwise, in order to start these big, massive soul missions. And you will get to enjoy all this monetary wealth as well, even though the financial systems are changing in the world and upgrading as well. There will be periods of time where you get to enjoy this great financial wealth before that energy changes. You have to be aware though, Lightworkers, you'll be receiving this abundance because you've done the work. You'll be aware that the collective that's going through the awakening together, they have chosen on a soul level to go through the awakening together, different than Lightworkers, where we went through it individually with a lot of suffering and pain and learning and gaining wisdom in order to spearhead this awakening movement for the whole collective consciousness. They have their part to play. That's why we might be separated for just a short period of time in order for them to kind of do their healing work and to catch up. And we'll be there to guide them and help them and kind of lead humanity to this new dimension, this evolution in consciousness, and the work that you have done already will be rewarded. I pulled a card to see Spirit's advice for us, Lightworkers, doing this kind of work right now. Got the 2 of Pentacles. So your ability to adapt and create calm among the chaos is what we're focusing on here. And you first have to create peace inside in order to create that peace outside. So don't lose sight of your center. You get accustomed to the 5D first before helping others accustomed to the 5D energies. Put your oxygen mask on first before you help those around you. With that, this is the most exciting time for us Lightworkers. This is what we've been waiting for. Overkill with everything awesome. Enjoy this, Lightworker, and enjoy the reading. Hey, pile one with Pyrite. Let's look at your blocks, if there's any blocks left. I asked ahead. You have 2 main blocks. So we're just going to look at both of those. And I'm getting they're not like as severe, but they're 2 main blocks. Okay, the Fool card. Okay, so there's something that you are meant to start in order to get a lot of money, a lot of abundance in. So there's something you're supposed to start to allow this flow of abundance and prosperity come in. Devil, okay. The devil can represent a habit, a bad habit. Okay, there's something that you've been wanting to kind of kick out of your life for a while. You know this is going to bring a new start. There's a quote I heard the other day, which is just like, there can be habits that are addictive. There could be just beliefs that are addictive. There are just things that are not good for you, whether it's a physical thing or a way of thinking or something that you do every day that can be addictive. It doesn't have to be like a vice, like drinking or smoking. It could be something that's just addictive behavior. You know, once you stop this addictive behavior, that your life will change. Basically, any unconscious habit. So if you, for example, watch too much TV, or there's just something like you default to that you know isn't good for you, that is preventing you from shifting your consciousness. And you know, as soon as you shift your consciousness, as soon as you stop that unconscious behavior, your life will change. So there's like, there's something that you already know that if you change this, Dark Woman, what I'm getting is something related to your physical body, your physical looks. So it could be something like, you know, chewing on your fingernails, or, you know, picking at your skin, or, you know, picking at your scabs or pimples, or, you know, pulling certain like hairs out from from different places, or like that's not for a beauty thing, but for like a stress thing. Yeah, you could you might have a habit of like itching too much, or like when you're not like even itchy, you might like yawn, or you might cough when you know you don't need to yawn or cough. Something that like aesthetically would upgrade you, I'm getting. So I'm getting something that that has to do with your like with the physical behavior that relates to your physical body. And not only will it stop this unconscious behavior that you've been continuing, but it would also just make you look better. You'll just feel more confident, not accidentally doing some of these kind of unbecoming behaviors out in public or something. I don't know, something along those lines. Period of frustrations, lesson to be learned. Yeah, so Spirit's like aware that this is like annoying, because it's you're probably listening to this and it's like, this is so annoying to hear, but you kind of know it too. You're like, okay, you know, I have to stop biting my nails or something like that, whatever it is, picking your nose, or you know, rubbing your lips too hard, or whatever it is. You know, you have to, you know, put some sort of suntan lotion on always, or I don't know, there's some behavior that you're like, I know it's not good for me, but I keep doing it, and I know it'll cause problems in the future. I don't like the way that I look when I behave in this way. It's something you might do privately. So, yeah, I am getting, see, this is how close you are to this abundance coming. Now that all your big blocks are removed, it's just these small ones, but these small ones may be more tough tougher than the big ones because there's something that you do so often that creates a comfort for you. So yeah, I do get temporary alliance, moving, changing. So I'm getting what could help is temporarily getting into another habit that, for example, uses your hands a lot. So I don't know, I'm getting like crocheting, like instead of like sitting down and watching TV and then like going ham on your skin in harmful ways or in not the best ways, you could like take up crocheting, or you can like find one of those like fidget spinners or something temporarily that could help you kind of get off of this habit. Something that keeps your hands busy, you know? Idle hands does devil's work or something, right? So this is just like, this is how close you are. But it might be something really tough because this might be something else, a habit that you've kind of had for a very long time. Okay, and what will this bring in immediately? High Priestess. Okay, a psychic gift. It's Spirit is saying like once you allow these unconscious habits to leave, because these unconscious habits are basically drugs or demons. There are other words for that, you know? Unconscious habits are basically something else having ownership of your mind. And as soon as you release these drugs, these demons, these unconscious habits, you'll immediately get a new psychic gift come online. Wonderful. Child of Cups, yeah, the Page of Cups. I'm getting, you're going to be able to see the world differently. It's kind of like a spiritual awakening, but like a second one or third one, where you kind of see the world differently. You know, if you've gone through your spiritual awakening, you kind of see colors more vividly. You can interact with your higher self, your higher mind more easily, so you can make better decisions. You can intuitively know what is better for you, what decision is better for you, what path. You kind of work with your higher guidance easier, right? It's kind of like that leveled up. It's a level up in that kind of energy. Arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Yeah, so I feel like this is what you've always meant to do. So when the psychic gift comes online, you'll know exactly what to do with it. So it will affect every area of your life, because the psychic gift will give you a direction to go in, a mission, a purpose, and also like a career, like the work you're going to be doing, you're going to be preoccupied with in this lifetime. So the psychic gift is going to give you a lot of comfort and knowing kind of what direction to go in next in your life. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming, Caterpillar. So I'm getting that you will definitely feel like you're about to turn into a butterfly, but not know that you're turning into a butterfly. You know that a big, great change is going to come into your life that is going to forever change it into something magnificent, but you don't know what that change is going to look like. You're a caterpillar not knowing that you're going to turn into a butterfly, but you know something like that is coming. So wonderful. Okay, so with another last block left. Okay, something about being more in the public face of things, being the public face, being more public. Okay, so I do feel like some of you may have a little bit of stage fright or anxiety when it comes to being in public, or you've only been able to reach success privately or with smaller clientele, customer base, or in a smaller area. So I'm getting that you've been kind of blocked from reaching more bigger success. It might have been feeling like, why am I not reaching more of an audience, more customers, more clientele base? Why am I not being able to connect more, network more with people in a wider region, all over the country, all over the world more? And it feels like you've been kind of kept in a little box. Fair woman. Okay, I'm getting it's because as much as benevolent as you think you may be, everyone gets challenged when they get a lot of money, a lot of prosperity, a lot of power, and a lot of status. So you may have thought that I'm a good person. I know I won't change if I got more of these things. But that is not the case. And Spirit wanted to make sure that you definitely kind of humbled yourself more than enough, that you won't make the same mistakes that people previously have. And so you might look at these people who horribly manage their power, their energy, their finances, and their status, and thought that you would do better. And Spirit was like, no, you are them, they are you. Like, anyone in that position could become messed up and do the wrong thing. Maybe for some people it might take longer, but eventually, the dark side most of the time wins out in these scenarios, because it's, you get a big head, you have a lot of money, you have a lot of power, you are always searching for more. And if you haven't practiced being like bored, being in a flow state, being in a place in your life where you can do with the simple things in life and not have to have all these extravagant things, then you've done your work. I'm getting, you need to be that person that can do with very little, and that if you get all these things and have it all taken away from you, it wouldn't destroy you. You would be happy just having the simple things again. So you have to be very, very, very humble and very good with having just the basics in life, no matter what happens around you, no matter how much abundance comes in or goes. And that is a very, very hard skill to master, and that's why Spirit is saying many before you have failed. Many friends. You might have also seen as your world kind of closed down, meaning that you've had interactions with fewer and fewer people because you felt like you've resonated with fewer people physically around you, or even online, just feeling like your social group has become smaller, or your networking group has become smaller. Spirit is saying you also will be challenged in managing time with friends, because it's like kind of like being popular isn't the goal here. Having a lot of fame isn't the goal here. Having so many customers so you can make so much money isn't the goal here. The goal here is to do good with what you have. And you also had to practice not having a ton of friends for the sake of having a ton of friends, not having a ton of friends for the sake of being entertained, feeling better than others, feeling a feeling of superiority. There's just a bunch of these things that come along with a lot of abundance that Spirit wanted you to kind of work on. I'm getting pets and location. So One of the things that they might have had you do is just kind of be with like a pet for a while, like just you and your pet, or if you have a kid, or if you have like, just you and like very, very small amount of people or animals that you're with. So that's how you know that this pile is yours, because like you are kind of brought down to literally just having a connection with very, very, very small amount of people. And that was for a reason. So if it has to do with your work, why am I not getting promoted? Why am I not getting these other projects, these other leads that go to these other places? Why am I being kept here? Why is my business not growing? Why is my social media not growing? Why is that my, like, that's fine if that's not growing, but then why is my inner circle shrinking at the same time? So if that was going on, that is why, because you are meant to kind of really, really stick in living very simply. It was very important to receiving the amount of abundance, King of Pentacles, that you are meant to receive. You are meant to do really well and have nice things. I'm getting like libraries, a really nice home with a nice scenery, nice furnishings, nice clothes. You are meant to have nice things, and I feel like you're kind of have that kind of air. You might have an air where you're just kind of, I don't know, you have good taste or something. You have good taste in something. You have good taste in books, or furniture, or style, your clothing, or the way you present yourself. You have good taste. Yeah. And so you kind of knew you were always meant for this kind of luxurious lifestyle. When I say luxurious, I mean like modestly luxurious, because you've been kind of like the idea of living modestly and living simply has been so ingrained in your brain from your experiences in life, your specific lessons that Spirit gave you, that although you can have palaces and many homes, which at some point you might in your life, or here and there throughout your life you might, at this time it's kind of more like having that home base set up, because you need to get more used to living simply, even when you have so much and everything, so much abundance. So it is still luxurious and it's still very palatial, but at the same time it's modest for how much money and influence you do have now, which is what will happen when you finish this block. So if you have been kind of feeling like your message or your knowledge or what you want to share with the world hasn't been reaching the right people as much, but also feeling your inner circle, your social circle shrinking at the same time, and feeling like you're like, it's me and my cat, it's me and my dog, it's me and my chinchilla, whatever it is, like it's like, and like you have like very few friends or very few family members you keep in touch with, very few neighbors that you keep in touch with. Like that's the kind of feeling I'm getting. It's to drive that notion in that you're gonna do better than the next person, the last person. 7 of Swords, truth. The thing is, you've been living in your truth for so long, and you've been living so authentically for so long, that you might have felt that you deserved this kind of abundance sooner. And Spirit is saying, you've done more work than these other people who have a lot of money and a lot of abundance. But we have to make sure that there's no taking a risk or taking a chance this time around. we have to know that you will be there for humanity, because at this time we can't have any mistakes. We can't have anyone trying to take over the world again for insidious reasons. So, oh look, I never saw this dog before. But I do feel like you come off so wise. You're a very wise person, and the things that you share with others is very high vibe, is very helpful. You've done your work. You haven't just done these things to increase your own knowledge and wisdom. You've done these things where you shared your knowledge with others. Even though it feels like you haven't reached that many, just the act of sharing information to help others kind of evolve as well, but not in like a nasty way, in a very like helpful way. That was part of this unblocking as well. Okay, I got February, so that might be a significant time for when this is coming. Yes, sorrow over a loss. I'm getting this wreath in reverse. So I do feel like this energy reaches its climax in February. This is a timeless reading, so it could also be in about a few months from whenever you're watching this. This energy might come into the climax where I'm getting like, it's so cold, it's so lonely, it's so miserable. It feels like you're not getting any stroke of luck in this area, abundance of people. And then everything changes. Horse, short journey. So Spirit is saying that this isn't much longer now. In 2 to 3 months, this is all going to change. You're going to become a caterpillar, and you're going to become a butterfly after being a caterpillar, and you're also going to get a lot of people, an influx of people coming in. So I do feel like this is why you've been kind of hidden away for the next few months, is so you can get rid of any small little habits that you have, unconscious habits that are preventing you to bringing the psychic gift. I feel like you have like something holding your mind, and there are these little unconscious habits that you might have, and that's a hard thing to master. Also, what's hard to master is being alone for a very long time, and it seems like it's kind of embedded in your mind for a lifetime. How grateful it's going to be to have so many right people to expand into the world with people and your home in such a way that you've been waiting for your entire life, felt like you deserved for your entire life, but really, really, you kind of needed this kind of suffering in order to make sure that you wouldn't become the monsters that we see in the 1% today. It's a short journey. It's only a 2 or 3 months for a lifetime of abundance, beautiful pile one. So I hope you enjoy this reading. I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 2 with the Diopside. So for this pile, I got that you have like 6 or more blocks, but only like one main one and 2 kind of main smaller ones. So I'm going to do 3 for you guys. 3 blocks, 1 main one and 2 smaller ones. And the other ones are kind of really, really small. So I feel like these ones are going to kind of give a hint, a clue as to what the other smaller ones might be. Okay, so what's the main block here? The High Priestess in reverse. Okay. Definitely something with the intuition, connection to higher guidance. So your higher guidance wants to connect with you, and it feels like you've been kind of blocking it. And they have some information about the next practical, physical steps to take in on your path. And so they're getting a little frustrated that you haven't been checking in. Excitement, they're very excited to tell you about this. They really want to connect with you, and I feel like you've been kind of ignoring them. Guaranteed success. So I do feel like they see that you're on the right path, and they have some information for you. It's kind of like you don't have to be in the dark. There's good things coming if you just allow them to kind of give you some information. Wealth, look at that. Is we're looking at money blocks, any money blocks or abundance blocks left. Okay. Wow, legacy, network status, soul, family, friends. Oh my goodness, this pile. You have some big, very explosive, positive changes happening in your life that's going to bring in wealth, status, legacy, and soul, family, and friends. And all you have to do is connect with your spirit team, your higher guidance. So how could you do that? What's the way to do that? Ten of Cups. Wow. Okay, so I'm getting your preferred way of connecting to your spirit team, spirit guide. So if that's through meditation, whether that's talking out loud to them, drinking tea, or journaling, writing questions down to your higher guidance and kind of going with what comes into your mind and writing that down as an answer. Yeah, whatever your preferred way of channeling your higher guidance is, using signs and synchronicities or music, or doing one of those random things. Like there's like that app where you can like pick a random location, or you can figure out like a random game for yourself. Where should I go today? Oh, the Chinese restaurant. Okay. Like whatever it is for you, however you connect to your higher guidance. For most of you, it's going to be like meditation or nature walk, or writing, or just speaking out loud to your spirit team. They really want you to do that because they have some good information for you. You have some good stuff coming in. They want to tell you some things. Nine of Swords. Okay, I think the only block here really, and this is like the main block, but I don't see this as really a block. I see this as kind of like a frustration built up with your spirit guide or your higher guidance, being like, why weren't you there? Did you just go offline? And then refusing to connect back with them. Maybe you had not a good meditation, or not a good nature walk, or not good messages from them the last time you talked to them, or you feel like they haven't been giving you the right advice or the right guidance recently, or they just kind of like clicked off, and so you're just kind of like haven't gone back to your higher guidance or something. And now they're telling you, no, come back and connect with us. The Strength card, please come back and have the strength to come back to us, because there's some good stuff coming in, and we want you to make sure that you're ready for it. Okay, so why do they want to connect with you? What would happen if you unblock this block? Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So they have some tips and advice for you of how to best receive this abundance, receive this money, receive this love. I'm getting a lot of excitement. We have excitement, success guaranteed. Like you kind of know, like you will be successful in this. The path to success and whatever this is it seems like there's a strong knowing right away if this is whatever this is, that this is like going to be long lasting, and it's going to increase your wealth, status, legacy, and soul family and soul friends into your life. It's going to keep increasing these things in your life. It's going to be long lasting, and you know this is guaranteed success. It's very exciting. They just have what they have to tell you, because you might be feeling like, I did this myself. You know, where were they? I, strapped up my boots and I got to work, and I put in the hard work. That's why I'm here. Why would they want to talk to me? They didn't help me. Whatever. There's some feeling of anger or kind of like sadness or something towards your higher guidance, and Spirit's like, just unblock us. And it feels like you have them like on social media. It's like, unblock us, and like, we promise we'll give you the things that you can do in order to receive all this beautiful abundance and money in the best way. So I think, how I said there's like a lot of little things that you could do to that. Like, you seems like you are destined for this no matter what. You've already put in the hard work. You already know it's coming. The only thing is that, like, you can receive it a little bit sooner, or you can receive it a little bit in a better way, or in a more preferred way. And Spirit has like the tips and tricks for you to do that. So they're like, if you want to get in touch with us, like, we're so excited that you're finally here, you did it. I'm hearing sorry, like, we had to do this because it was the last hump before you receive all this. Now please let us in. We have all the tips and tricks that you need, that you'd probably like to hear, to bring this in the best way possible for you. And that's why I got, like, there's like a lot of little things that you can do. Not necessary, but if you want, you could. And then 2 smaller things right off the bat that you can do to unblock any last bit of energy in order to bring in this, wow, beautiful abundance. Reunion card. Okay, so again, so not just, I'm getting this reunion with your spirit guides, your spirit team, or maybe it was like a specific spiritual energetic being. Like, maybe you're really close to a specific archangel, or a specific elemental figure, or a specific, like, crossed over, like, scientist or whatever, like someone that you've been working with a lot, and you feel like betrayed, like, not betrayed, but kind of felt like things have kind of, you two had like a kind of falling out or something, or you and your spirit team, or maybe you're relying heavily on your ancestors or recently passed over loved ones, and then there's kind of like a disconnect. This happens though sometimes. Once in a while, you get this disconnect from your higher guidance, because you need to know that you can rely on your own intuition and not continuously like rely on them at 24/7. But that's not always true. Like, your higher guidance will always be there. It's just kind of like, do you have a mastery over your own ego? Because if you still have doubts that your spirit guides are always there for you, for your highest best good, unless you have that unknowing strength and knowing that, like, your spirit guides will always be there for you 24/7 with whatever you need, you might have a little bit of ego in regards to, are they giving me the right information? Are they giving me the right advice? Is this actually for my highest best good? Is this a moment where they're leaving me, or am I connecting with negative energy? These are things that you need to release in order to kind of have that 100% connection with your higher guidance. And there's like exercises for this. Like, you can go into meditation, or you can be in like a relaxed state and ask your higher self, like, what is yes? Like, show me in my body, or show me what the physical sensation of yes would be for me. And then you do like no and neutral as well. And so you will start to practice like little insignificant decisions that don't really matter, and then you can rely and trust in your intuition, your higher guidance, much more on bigger things. So there's some practices out there that you can go into to do this kind of unblocking and kind of have a reunion with your spirit guide, spirit team. So I'm getting, reunion again here. And March, I am getting new year, new me. And so, what was it? The advice that I heard about, like, that, get that yes answer. And then after a while, get that, like, maybe next time you meditate or the next time you talk to them, like really feel into the yes energy and then really feel into the no and the neutral energy separately, and giving it time. And the lady advised that was teaching this, to do it for 6 months and don't listen to any other kind of clues. Like, don't listen to like synchronicities, numbers, songs. Like, only purely rely on those, that yes, no, and neutral answers for like 6 weeks. And it's because our 6 weeks kind of change every 6 weeks, and so it'll be kind of ingrained in you. And so I'm getting with the March, kind of like the Aries energy of like a new year. I really fully do believe that the new year actually starts in the spring or during Aries season. They're saying by then, this reading is timeless, but it's kind of like whenever that next new year feeling is for you. So it could be literally at the end of the Gregorian calendar year, or it could be the end of, like, it could be it could be Chinese New Year, or like the Indian New Year, or it could be like the Aries starting for you, or it could be the Galactic New Year, which is in the end of July. So whatever you consider like the new year for you, or feels like most significantly a new year for you, or new cycle, that's when I'm getting that you will have a more like a resurgence of trust and confidence in your higher guidance again. I'm getting the connection between you and your higher guidance is going to change so vastly, that it's going to feel like you're coming home, which is why you're probably getting a lot of your soul families and friends coming in with this being unblocked, because you're reuniting with your spirit guide, spirit team, your higher self in such a way that it's kind of like, this is my forever team, this is my forever people, this is my forever energy. When you come into reunion again with them, it will be with such certainty and with no ego, with no distrust, that it will elevate both of your connections with each other in such significant, powerful ways that you will be changed as a person, and so will your DNA. 7 of Cups. So I asked, like, what will you get because of this when you unblock this? And I'm getting your options open up, because like it's like all this abundance is coming in, but you can have more of a say in how it comes in. So that might be interesting for you. Yeah, because 8 of Wands, it is coming in. It's already started to come in, Spirit is saying. It's already started to come in. So this is a good time to kind of connect, because you'll be able to pick and choose how things come in, when things come in what order things come in. You'll have more of a say in those kinds of things, or you'll know these things so you can prepare for it better. The Chariot. Yeah, wow. With the 8 of Wands and the Chariot, like, it's coming in now. Beautiful Lightworker. Like, this is coming in this very second. So this is time to connect, do all the things that you need to do to connect to your spirit guide, spirit team, if you feel that is the right mood for you right now. And very quickly, what is that other small block? Okay. There is some sadness in relation to your higher guidance and your spirit guide, spirit team, your ancestors, any higher energetic beings that you have been connecting to. I do feel like there is some sadness attached to that. So, there's very little inner work left, as we can see. But because you're already getting in abundance, you don't even really have to do this inner work. It will just naturally happen for you. But it might be easier to be aware of this and to do it consciously. Just kind of reevaluate reevaluate and just kind of review the relationship you've had with your higher guidance. This is the time to do it. You know, your world evolves when your consciousness evolves. So this is basically your consciousness evolving, how you relate to your higher self and your higher spirit team. This is it. This is a very big deal. It's not a small thing. So there is no inner work left. You're already getting the 10 of Cups and everything. Excitement, guaranteed success, a lot of wealth, a lot of stuff, long-term success. If you could just have a nice little review phase, a nice like date night, like, you know, it's kind of like a family reunion type energy. Hang out with a bunch of friends that you haven't seen for a very long time, or that you are very, very close with, but having an event, having a celebration with the intention of remembering the good times. So this would be a really good time to do like a day trip. I'm getting go to the beach, go take a nature walk, and then really just kind of, or just go for a nice drive or a nice walk, or maybe just set up nice like tea, you know, bring in some incense and cleanse your area and just kind of remember the good times with your higher guidance. It feels like we so rely on our higher energetic beings, our higher self, our spirit guide, spirit team, but we rarely get to celebrate them and thank them because they're not in the physical. It's not like they're our physical friend or family member or coworker where we can be like, oh, here's a gift, or let me be there for you, or let me give you a call and see how you're doing. It's energy, like they're connected to you all the time. So there isn't that kind of gratitude as much. There isn't that like, let's check in kind of. It's like, that'd be kind of weird. So I'm getting like just like to have like a moment of like celebration and kind of being in gratitude to be able to connect with your spirit guides, spirit team so well, and just remembering the good times, all the things that they helped you with and things like that. Claw, be careful, do not take risks. So spirit guides, spirit teams are like, they're like, if it takes you a minute to remember this message and to connect with us again, can you please at the least take away with you, this isn't the time to do new things or take big risks in your life. Just let these energies come in, let this abundance come in. Because there are some of you who's listening to this message and it's gonna be like, I'll remember to do that, and then not remember or not feel like wanting to do this kind of energy blockage work. It's like, oh, I'm getting it anyway, and I don't have to do anything. Fine, I don't want to connect. And your spirit guides, spirit team love you so much that they're at least saying like, please be careful. Don't take too many risks at this time, unless it's something that you've already had planned already for this time. But yeah, I'm getting spirit is really saying, watch in the next season, whatever season you're in, watch in the next season or the next cycle, where we're going to become like soul family. Because up until now, your connection to your spirit guides has more been kind of they're guiding you. It's kind of been like they're helping you, they've been assisting you, but it's coming to the point where you're going to be more on their level, even while your soul is definitely on their level or higher, right? But in this meat suit, in this human form, they have been the ones guiding you. So you're going to come into a different kind of relationship, a different kind of union with your higher guidance now, where you're both more on the same page and you're co-collaborating, co-creating easier, more than them just kind of guiding you all the time. Bell announcement. Yeah. Wow. So I'm getting this is like a very sacred moment for them. They're very, very proud of you. And they want to celebrate you, which is interesting because I feel like the energy here is like you should maybe celebrate them, but they love you so much. They're like, no, let's celebrate you. Like look what you've done. You've gotten here. I'm feeling very much like a family watching one of the youngest members of their family finally like graduate or something, and come into like adulthood, and like, you know, you're sitting at the grown-up table now, and I definitely feel this kind of like they're celebrating that you're here, and all the future success that is in store for you. They're very, very happy. The Fool card, yeah. They would I'm hearing very, very much like to connect with you in a different kind of connection now, and a better kind of connection, a stronger kind of connection, if you're willing. So yeah, I hope this kind of makes sense for you, pile 2. This is very beautiful. You have a lot of success coming in. I hope it comes to you as gracefully as you wish, and in all the ways that you prefer. With that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 3 with the rose quartz. So I checked in to see how many little blocks you might have left, and I just got one for you for this pile. So just one block, and I looked at like how significant it is, how big it is for you, and it's not that big. It's like small, medium, more on the smaller side. So one block for you, pile 3, and it's not really a big one either at all. So what is this block? 5 of Swords. Okay, I'm hearing non-confrontational. Okay, winds of change. Okay, so I feel like you've been very calm about entering a new partnership, or entering a new home, or entering some sort of partnership situation, a new home situation with somebody, with your family, with your partner, with a friend, whatever it is, with some roommates, with a community, whatever it is. I feel like you've been very patient and very calm about entering a new like kind of phase of your life, a new chapter in your life, living in a new physical home with a new person. Okay, what does that mean? So what's the block here? Woman. Dealings, a relationship with the woman. Okay, I'm getting that you like I'm getting if anyone were to date you right now, whether you're in a relationship or not, they would see someone who is acting so calm and so patient and so elegant, when you should be or you're expected to be like causing chaos and nastiness and yelling and fighting for what's right. And I feel like you know it too. Like you're like, oh, if like I should be yelling and screaming and getting my way right now, with as much as I've been putting up with the people in my home, the people in my romantic love life, the people in my inner circle. I'm getting like literally people that you live with, literally people you bring into your home, but for most of you it is like people that you're living with, and or your partner, and or your family. So I do feel like Spirit's like, you've been very elegant, you've been very courteous, you've been very graceful, you've been very helpful to others, you've been doing the best you could with what you've got. You didn't complain at once. Like most people would be complaining, and you know it too. Like most people are lucky that you are such a mature person that is behaving very mildly compared to the situations you've been in, and specifically regarding living with certain people and your physical home. And I got gong, a exciting event. So something is on the horizon here for you, pile 3. This is something you've been probably feeling for a very long time, and you can sense it's like right around the corner. I feel like it's more of like a surprise. It's like, you know it's coming, but you don't know exactly when. But you absolutely know that this new living situation is coming to you very soon. People you are responsible for. Yeah, so I feel like you are the one who is constantly helping others in your home or around your home. I'm getting where you actually physically live. So I feel like if you're living with other people, you are the ones who is helping that person or those people a lot. Or if you have pets and animals, you're the one taking care of them so much. If you have neighbors, you can take care of them a lot. If you have a business inside your home, you're taking care of your clientele, your customers a lot. Or you were just kind of the caretaker for anyone that came through your home. A really good hostess, a host. You were a very responsible, mature person. When people who came to your home or people that you were living with weren't necessarily helping themselves. Yeah. And so I'm getting along with I'm getting like you could have lived with anybody. You could have had a lot of potential suitors. You could have but you were just here taking care of so many other people. So I feel like the block here, the kind of block here is you taking care of people who aren't taking care of you back or can't take care of themselves. And if you have children or pets, like, okay, that checks out. But if it's like your partner, or if it's some roommates, or if some neighbors, or if it's some clientele or customers, or just people who come by your house, friends or family that visit, it feels like, it's like you stock the fridge and the fridge is all gone or something like that. Like I'm getting like you're constantly replenishing other people when people aren't replenishing you. And you had the potential for so many love interests, like actual romantic love potentials to come into your life. But I'm getting this was all kind of thwarted because you were constantly giving your energies to these other people and to your own home. Maybe you're the one who is taking care of the home. And yeah, you kind of missed out on a lot of potential love interest because you were in a very good energy. You were in a very like loving, nurturing, and you looked good. Like you were in a very good energy. You were doing well. You were successful. You were in a very good energy, and you're using all that good energy that you're replenishing yourself with for the people and things around your own home. And so I'm getting that you might have missed out on a lot of love and potential love interests. If you're already like locked in with a partner, then a lot of people who could have been your friends or could have been really good to network with, people who you could have worked with in other ways very well, most likely friendships. So I do feel like that is like the one block. How would Spirit want you to kind of release this? Cat, a two-faced friend. Yeah. Spirit is saying like I'm getting that you kind of already done this. Like you already kind of released this block, which is why they gave me like, oh, this is like a very minor block that's left for you in order for all this abundance of money coming in, because you kind of already unblocked it. But it's kind of what you can do right now just to kind of make sure that block doesn't come back and that you can make sure that your abundance of money comes in faster is just kind of don't give any energy to two-faced people. Like people who you don't, even people who you just don't resonate with, like just don't give them energy back. If they're not giving you energy and you gave them so much energy, just don't give them energy back. Don't talk, like you can just block them on your phone. I thought that was so rude before to like ghost people. Because I'm the kind of person, I'm like, oh, you want to give people like why? You don't want to hurt their feelings. You want to explain yourself. You want to make sure everything's A-okay. So when you don't burn bridges and everything's left in a good place, like no, that doesn't matter. You can just block them. Like it doesn't matter. at some point, you know, like when someone's like not going to be in your life anymore, and it doesn't matter if they try to weasel themselves back in. Even doesn't mean matter if they would be helpful at some point in your career in the future. Does not matter. Block them. That way you don't have to worry about if they message you feeling guilty that you didn't message them back. You know, if they call you not feeling guilty that they don't call you back, or just literally tell them like, hey, I'm kind of taking some time out for myself. I'm asking a lot of people to kind of just give me space and not talk to me, not text me, not to call me. I really need to focus on some things in my life. And if they don't respect your wishes, block them. It's easy as that. I know it sounds easier for some than others, but I feel like you, pile 3, like you're a light worker who's been doing their work for a very long time on your spiritual journey. You know this. You know, if at this point in your life, like you're probably just cutting people out, even from your home, from people who you've been friends with for a very long time, people who you see on a weekly basis, or you see for the holidays, people that you invite into your home, people whose home you go into frequently. You're cutting people off left and right. So this is not a surprise to you that, yeah, you have to just, Spirit's saying all you have to do to unblock this is just to keep that up for yourself. So what's coming in for you? What's coming in for you? 9 of Pentacles. Oh wow. And it fell on the many love interests. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of money, a lot of abundance is coming in. Finally. I'm getting like, you've kind of saved up. You kind of saved up your energy for a very long time, and it might have felt like you were just kind of cutting things off, cutting people, habits, and things off that weren't giving you energy back one by one. And you weren't really seeing the full results of cutting off that energy leech. But it's been collecting. It's been collecting in your energy field. And I feel like it's all coming to you at once. Or a lot of it is coming to you at once. The Sun card, and it fell on the lap. So like, this is your time to shine. This is your happiness, abundance energy coming in full force. So you're going to just feel so in the light, in love energies, just in the flow. You're really going to use your abundance and money that comes in very, very practical ways, functional ways, creative ways that like really is very specific to your life and very authentic to who you are. So I'm getting you've learned this, the reason for this block. Like, you already finished this block, but yeah, I feel like you can just, all you have to really do is like hold tight, like keep up that work that you've done. In that lesson, Spirit is saying that the reason you had to go through that experience is because you would often use your energy to manifest things for other people and what other people want. And you'd often manifest things that you don't really want for yourself, but you feel like other people want for you. Your family, your friends, society, your neighbors want for you. And so you constantly were manifesting for other people or things that you didn't really want for yourself. And so you kind of needed to so Spirit was like, we were collecting your energy, we were saving up your energy for you. And once you showed us that you were able to kind of now spend your energy on yourself and your authentic life, we're going to bring it to you and all at once and beautiful, and you're going to be able to spend it in beautiful, magnificent ways. And I'm getting there is a good flow going. So like, if you just hoard money, you're not going to like get more money, but like you're spending it wisely. You're saving some, but you're spending some too. And you're spending it in a way that makes you happy, and you can wake up and right next to your bed is all the things that you want to see right next to your bed. The things in your bedroom is all the things that you want to see in your bedroom. The things in your kitchen is all the things that you want to see in your kitchen, in your kitchen window, and your plants and your furniture, and everything's like exactly like dialed to your lifestyle. Like everything is like purposely picked out for your specific lifestyle and for who you authentically are. So that's beautiful. I love that for you, pile 3. Ear, good news. Yeah. So when are you hearing this good news? December. Okay. So this is a timeless reading, but I am getting whenever you're watching this month. So the month that you're watching this, or within a month time frame, is when you're going to receive all this abundance coming back from you. You already manifested it. Spirit has just been kind of putting it away in your like energetic bank account, kind of, because they saw you kind of irresponsibly using your energy for not the right things, and you kind of picked up on that. You've been doing the work for a long time, but you might have been feeling like, but why hasn't the things manifested? And Spirit is saying it's because like we need to know that you're gonna, like you said you really wanted this, and we need you to prove it to yourself that you actually mean it and you will stick with this. And so you do. And so, yeah, it's coming sooner than you think. It's coming in right now. That's why I'm saying, I'm like, this block is already cleared, because you already held onto it. You already, like, kind of, you know, had your convictions and held strongly to them. And I really do see this kind of life of bliss coming in for you. Very wonderful. And I do feel like this is also going to set you up for the long term. I don't think it's anything like in the beginning, it's going to be like, wow, this is a lot of money. And I do get specifically money, finances. Money is the way this abundance is coming in for you. And I do feel like in the beginning, you're like, wow, that's a lot of money. And you kind of get to set your life up in the way that you want. But then you kind of set yourself up to kind of continuously get income. And it's not like an extraordinary amount, but it's enough to like keep you happy and get everything that you want in your life. I feel like, yeah, you set yourself up and you get everything you want in your life, and you have enough money to kind of continue getting new things and, you know, set up a new home in the future if you like. But right now it's like basically all that you need. You don't need more, kind of thing. Is there anything else? Bag, something important, such as a new job or raise. Yeah, with a bag I just get like, yeah, like a windfall of money. Like it all comes to you at once, and it's kind of like, it's not overwhelming. Like, I don't feel like you feel overwhelmed, because you kind of feel it's your energy coming back to you, and you're like, this feels normal, this feels natural. I do feel like you have a lot of fun kind of setting up this life. And yeah, 4 of Pentacles, you setting up a new home. And I do think part of that is setting up people that you want to bring into your home. Yeah, so there is a little bit of a love thing here. So like if you're single, like there is a little bit of like, this will help you, this helps you settle in so much in your heart chakra. Your heart chakra gets grounded so much that it helps every other area of your life. So if you are single, like, it does make you feel more confident and happy and ready to, you know, get out there and date and find the one. Children might be also on the agenda if you are partnered up, or you might feel more confident about having children with this kind of abundance. I do feel like making new friends, like you do feel confident in making new friends, or having new kind of people come into your life that kind of resonate with this really high vibe home that you've created for yourself, this really high vibe life that you've created for yourself. Do feel like you're setting up your home and you're bringing in the right people that you would want in your home. There's no more like bringing in the wrong people anymore. You know, you might have like a little room in the front of your home for people that like you don't really care to show the rest of your home to, you know, that are just stopping by. It's like, okay, we'll bring you to the grand living room, the place that outsiders get to come visit. Or you might have like an extra little like guest house that you, and bring in people that you don't really want to come bring into your home. Or you might even have like a hotel nearby or lodging nearby or something like that that's like not too far away from your home, that like if people were to come visit you, they can like kind of stay there, or you can come visit them there. I'm getting like gated community or something like that. It doesn't have to be actually a gated community, but it's like you're very protected of your home and who you bring into your home. So very beautiful energy, pile 3. It seems like you're already on your way manifesting it now. So I hope you enjoy this reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 4 with the amethyst. So for this pile, I got that there are 3 main blocks, and I'm like, oh, which one of them are like the main ones, the biggest one? They're like all 3. So there's 3 main blocks here for your money and for your abundance to come in. And they're medium sized blocks. So these are like, these are all decent blocks. Okay, friends or social circle, I'm getting. Having fun. Having fun with people outside of your partner or outside of your family or outside of your work. So you could have friends at work. You could have family members that you're friends with and you get along with well and spend a lot of time with, like your siblings or your cousins or whatever. And you could really love your partner, whether you currently have one or not. You could be a very loving partner. You pick someone who you can be best friends with and have a great time. But I'm getting specifically people outside of those things, outside of family, outside of your partnership, and outside of people that you work with. So these are friends. These are people that like you for just being you, not for any other reason. So what is the block here? Sunrise. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Okay, so I feel like Spirit is saying you need to start a new project with your friends. That's like creative, that's fun. I do feel like fun is the main thing here. You are meant to have some type of enjoyable project or have like enjoyable moments with these people that you're deciding to go on a new venture and have a new start with. And it does seem to be creative, something fun, something intuitive, something artistic, something that uses your problem-solving abilities and your natural inner artistry and creative eye. So whether this is your current group of friends or a new group of friends, or this is something, if you have like a few different groups of friends, it could be having a multiple different kind of projects. But the block here is, compliments from an admirer, is to kind of get in a really good vibe, good energy with your friends, with a social circle, or with a new community, or a new, like if you're taking a new class members, or something that relates to creativity, a hobby, a passion project. You are meant to receive good energy from these folks. I'm getting that you get good energy from your partner if you have one, from your family, from your coworkers, but you really need that good energy from friends, because friends choose to be your friends. They choose to have a connection with you, a relationship with you, because they like who you are on the inside. They like who you are authentically. They like the things that you do. There's a good commonality there. There's good vibes. You can have the same sense of humor. You have the same interests. You vibe very in a very special way, and you don't sleep with them. You don't have a sexual energy with them. You don't have a family tie obligation feeling with them. These are your friends because you want to hang out with them, and there is nothing. It's a very important energy. That's nothing more and nothing less. You're meant to bring in energies, these good friendly friendship type energies. So what's this block, and how do you overcome it? Current love interest or current partner. Yeah, so I do feel like your romantic love life is taking up too much of your energies, and whether you're with someone or not, it seems to be your main focus. I do get that, like, if you're single, this is going to help you get into the right energy to bring in that right partner for you, life partner for you. But I do feel like the current people in your life, family, co-workers, and partner are kind of taking too much of your time, and you're willingly giving it to them. You're willingly giving too much of your thoughts, energy, and time to these people. And Spirit is saying you need to kind of leave that behind for a new adventure with your friends. This could be even taking a vacation with your friends. It could be also doing something kind of seedy, something kind of shady with your friends. Spirit's like, no judgment here. Just have stupid fun with your friends. It doesn't matter if it's something that, like, you think other people won't approve of, that your family, your other friends, or your partner, or whatever, your coworkers wouldn't approve of. They don't need to know. This is your time with your friends. As long as it's above board, like, have your stupid fun. As long as you're safe and you're not harming anyone else, have your stupid fun. So, yeah, this is definitely an indication that you need to, with your current group of friends or a new group of friends, to get out, have some fun, go on a vacation, have some stupid fun activity that you do just once, or continuously meet up with this group to work on, like, a fun project with them. It's very much needed. Let's see what this could bring in. What would this bring in? 9 of Cups, wish granted. Okay, so there's a reason that Spirit really wants you to do this. So I feel like you are looking for a partner, or if you're already partnered up, romantic love partnership. If you're already partnered up, you're calling in, like, a business partner, or like a soul family member or a really good friend. You're calling in, like, something so hard. You want it so badly that Spirit's like, you know that saying, like, you kind of have to let it go, and then if it's yours, it'll come back. Or if you hold on to energies too tightly, that's not how you manifest. You kind of have to put in the details, put in your order to the universe, and then kind of let the universe bring it to you. So you're supposed to put in the order and then forget about it, and then it'll come to you. But you've been kind of holding on to it too tightly that the universe can't get the order out of your hand. It's like, give us the dang order. You want this so badly, but you won't give us the order, and you won't let go, and you won't move to, like, the pickup line over there, or you won't, like, it's going to take a little bit of time. You're just standing here staring at us trying to work. It's making us nervous. We don't like that. People don't like that. Like, step away, go talk to someone else, do something else. And when it's ready, we'll call you. We'll let you know. We'll ring the bell, we'll put your name up on the screen. Like, it's like you're you're not giving us the order, and you're being mean about it, and you're holding on to it too tightly, and you're staring at us doing our work. Bad customer. Move before we put you in the back of the line. Like, move away. Stop being weird. Stop being uncomfortable. Let us do our thing. And so then you get a wish granted. That's something you've been wanting. The Lovers, see. So I feel like for most of you, this is like you're currently not partnered up, or you are, but you're like, you know, missing having like that best friend again. Maybe fallen out with a childhood friend or a recent good friend that you had. Maybe they've, you know, got married, had kids, or moved away, and you're missing that best friend. But for most of you, it's a partner. It's a romantic love partner that you are wanting to call in. And Spirit's like, you gotta let go. You gotta, you know, let us do our magic, and you gotta, like, you know, bring in some fun energy, and not with people that you constantly go to right now, new people, or your friends that you have forgotten about or haven't done anything new with for a long time. So this might be like planning a really creative, fun trip with them, or starting a really creative, fun project that you might be working on for weeks or months together. Or just something, you know, that you just want to do once, like, you know, a crazy few weekends or one crazy weekend. Like, this is desperately needed, I feel like, in your energies, like, and especially to let go of this person, because I feel like you want this romantic love to come in so badly, so it fills that void. But when you hang out with your friends, it fills that void, and so then you're full, you're whole, and then this person comes in. All right, so let's go into the next block. Okay. Overworking, I'm hearing. You've been overworking. And without telling anyone. So I feel like you've been working really hard and you haven't been really able to kind of share how much you've been working hard. Not that you're someone who gloats or anything. It's just, it feels like it's going unnoticed, and that's kind of killing your confidence and your energy. So let's see. Here, man. Emergency, secret, private, yeah, neighbor, someone who lives close by. And Spirit says there is someone around you who you could probably talk to, because I feel like it's too much. No work and I'll play mixed jack a dull boy kind of thing. Like, I feel like you don't mind working hard. You're a hard worker, especially when you have a goal in mind. But you've been working so hard, but you haven't had anyone to kind of tell how much you've been working on things. And it's kind of like getting support. But if the only way you can get really like a good support is like by just telling someone like what you've done, it feels good just to know that like one person knows that you exist and you are doing this kind of work. So I feel like there's like a younger male, if not like a kind male, or even a younger woman, someone a little bit younger than you, who lives close by you, that you can physically see face to face, that you may be, it could be online, it could be through a chat forum, but I feel like for most people it's in the physical. Someone that you can see and someone that you can tell some of the things that you've been working on. What is some of the things that you've been working on? Broken bridge, a successful outcome to a problem. Yeah, so I feel like this is the issue here, is that like you've been working so hard on something that like sometimes like when something goes wrong, you have to start over, and you lack the motivation to start over because there's no one that knows how much work you put into it and how close you were, or you know, the fact that you had started over again. So I feel like this is someone you've been talking to. Someone younger than you, for sure. Male or female. something you've been working on by yourself, a solo project that you've been working on privately, secretly. You need to be able to talk to this person and tell them like, oh yeah, like someone that knows like, oh yeah, so how is that, project going? It's like, oh, pretty good, but like, then this last night, like all this kind of stuff failed and I had to start it over again. I had to start from the beginning. At least I know what I'm doing, but it's so annoying that I have to start from the beginning again. Just someone who kind of knows your story and kind of knows what's going on. I feel like that's essential for you right now. So if you know who this younger person is, like it could be just someone you have small talk with at the office, or a neighbor that you keep up with about a certain like personal project. Five of Cups in reverse. It's to prevent you from getting into a sunken depression, to sink deep into depression, because I feel like you're such on the verge of something, you are such on the cusp of something that any small thing could kind of set you back longer than it would if you're with very supportive people. So I feel like this person doesn't mind either. Like they're just like, they just see you as like a friend, or just like, a casual friend, or just an acquaintance or something. And so they don't mind like, hearing things from you. They tell you, they share your stuff with you too. This isn't like your best friend forever, but this is someone that like you can just kind of tell things to that you probably wouldn't tell your friends or people that you know better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, there's some things that you just don't want to tell people, like especially like for manifestation. Like if you're working on something so important to you, you should probably not tell the people who matter to you the most, just because like unless you really absolutely trust them and know that they want the best for you. Because if they feel any tinge of jealousy or hate, or wish they didn't achieve that energy towards you, it can like set you back a little bit. So be careful who you tell things to. Even people you love the most might have feelings of jealousy or not wanting you success, and that it can't stop you, but it can like delay you. And so telling someone who doesn't really matter to you as much, and vice versa, like it's a really good way to confide in someone and have like someone that knows what's going on, so it makes you feel good that like like, oh, I can't wait to tell them that like it worked this time, I finally got the right gear or whatever. Yeah, the High Priestess. Yeah, this is your higher self looking out for you, because you know yourself. Your higher self knows you very well as also. So it's just kind of very important that you confide in someone, but not so deeply, just so you don't fall into a deep depression. You don't feel like it's just you against the world, and you're working on this all alone, and you can't get it right, and no one else cares, and what does it matter if no one else knows, and that whole cycle, it's just to keep your mental health healthy. Okay, and so the last, okay, let me just see what would manifest for you if you were to do this. Oh, so many cards. Okay, I'll take them. Justice, Good Karma, Ace of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. I'm getting you will successfully be able to get new opportunities to work with other people. So I feel like this is the end of you kind of working on things like this by yourself. And if you do this successfully this time around, kind of share things with people here and there. It could be with more than one person, it could be 2 or 3, 4 or 5 people that you casually tell, like, oh, this is what's been going on. People who won't hinder your manifestation. Once you complete this, Spirit will bring in new opportunities to work with people, good karma, So you don't have to do work like this alone ever again, and people will know the things that you're working on, and it'll be more, you hold each other accountable, but at the same time, get to work off of each other, help each other. Very good energy for this. You don't have to work alone ever again. Okay, so what is that third block? Ooh, King of Cups. Yeah, see the Ace of Cups. Friends, love, co-workers. This is a very people-oriented pile. It does feel like there might have been misuse of energy on your part, giving energy, receiving energies from the right or wrong people, or mishandling it, or not having it very well organized, or not sharing it equally amongst people and how much they give to you and their importance in your life. So I do feel like that kind of theme in this pile. But yeah, money blockage. Look at that, friends. Oh my goodness, look at this. Friends and 10 of Cups. So blockage from money. So partners, friends, happiness. So I do feel like you are a little bit of a romantic. You are a huge lover. You love people. You love being around people, or you wish to be around more people, or to be with more resonant people. So I wonder how that is the block here. You'll be taken care of in a difficult time. Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Yeah, so I do feel like all these people that you've been giving an immense amount of love to, and taking care of, and spending a lot of quality time with, and spending a lot of your precious time with, your precious energy with, to create a harmonious, healthy environment and connection between you and your person, you and your friends, you and your family, your community. I feel like there is a worry that they might be the reason that you're not getting so much money. Maybe they're preventing you from working. Maybe they're preventing you from continuing your health goals, or your money, financial goals, your career goals. Yeah, money can be related to any of these things, because money is energy. So it could be if you have like a really big house project and people keep getting in the way, and you're like, I just need to finish this part of the home. Can you just stop? Or you have really big health goals. Like, oh, I really want to just like not eat in this specific way, or, cut out this in my life for a little short period of time, but like I can't with the amount of gatherings that I'm going to, and events that I'm being invited to, or I have all these people in my life and it seems like they love me, but I don't know if they don't have my best interest at heart. And so Spirit is saying, yeah, like you're gonna take a huge risk and cut out everyone, your partner, your family, and your friends. So this is partner, family, friends. And so I feel like you're taking a huge risk and cutting everyone out of your life. Only take this if it resonates. But I feel like you need a short period of time where you just kind of cut everyone off and kind of do your own thing for a little bit. Body, exercise, physical movements, and a crush. So I do feel like you really want to get into really good shape. You really want to get into really good health. You want to be the person that you're proud of. Like, you want to look physically how you want to look like. You want to be healthy in the way, you always want to be. And I feel like people have been preventing you from that. Intentionally and unintentionally. Like, there's some people who would rather have you not looking good because it makes them feel better. And it's not like a huge evil person. It's just like, they're just kind of a little bit selfish in that way. And other people, maybe unintentionally, like you ask them like, hey, like I'm not drinking, or I'm not eating meat, or, I'm fasting, or, I'm doing low carb, whatever it is. and they're like, oh yeah, okay, I'll have to remember that. And then you go to their event and then there's nothing there that you can eat or drink. And it's like, oh, it's okay, I ate before I came just in case, because, you know, I never find what I need at a restaurant, or I never find what I need at you know, parties. And it's like, oh, why don't you just have this though? Like, just have one, it won't hurt. Like, you know, just people who just don't, like, who are enabling you and who are just do not get it. Like, they're doing this for yourself. So I feel like there's like people out there who don't have your best intentions at heart, and some of them is intentional, some of them are just unintentional, but they're obviously not there for you. So I feel like you need to cut everyone off for a short period of time, just in order to figure out like how to get back to where it is that you want to be in terms of health, in terms of your physical shape, in terms of your physical looks. I feel like you want to be someone that you want to have a crush on yourself. You want to feel good. You want to feel that you're sexy, that you're beautiful, that you're handsome, that you're good looking, that you're cute. You want to feel good about yourself, and I feel like people around you don't want you to, intentionally or unintentionally. And you're like, okay, goodbye. I need to do my own thing for a little while. So whether you're like moving away for a little bit, going, you know, having an extended trip in a different country or a different part of the country, a different part, a little bit further away than where you are, or just deciding to log cabin it, or if you're just deciding to stay with a friend, or even if you're just staying where you are but cutting off all communication with people for a while. This is very extreme advice I'm getting from Spirit, so please only take it if you feel like this really resonates with you, and if you feel like it's the right thing for you to do. I wouldn't do it like such an extended period of time. And like, you know, do what you feel is right for you. You know, you might want to keep phone calls with people, or video chats with people, but not like see them in person. Or you might want to just cancel events and like be like, hey, I'm working on something, I can't go to any event for a certain period of time. And keep it short. Don't take it too long, especially if you haven't done something like this, like a people cleansing, for a very long time. Because it can be really harsh on your mental and emotional states if you're not practiced. So take it a little bit at a time and see how you feel, if you choose to do this. Because what are the results? What is it that you are receiving once you do this? And specifically because you're such a people-oriented person, you want friends, you want your partner, you want close family, that doing this is one of the most difficult things for you to do. Knight of Wands. So I do feel like you're going on this like adventure. It turns into like one of those, like, it's kind of like a vision quest, but like drawn out. Like, just you go on one of those adventures where you have an experience of a lifetime. And with the Four of Wands here, I'm getting like you get married to yourself. You know, you start dating yourself, you start having a crush on yourself, and you're really enjoying life. You're enjoying who you are. You're enjoying a lot of the activities. You're having fun. And fun was the main thing here. But the thing is, you really needed to get inside yourself and let your true self come out and have fun, and not have other people be the source of that fun, not have other people be the source of that love, not have other people be what you need to be whole. So I feel like this is a kind of like a journey that you needed. You might have gone on these kind of journeys before, but it's like long needed. It's been a long time since you needed it. The Moon card, yeah, I do feel like it's like connecting with yourself. This full moon, it kind of reminds me of like, it's just coming full circle. It's like reminding yourself like, oh yeah, like I don't need anyone to be full, like whole. Like the reason I love these people is because it equals the amount that I love myself or wish to love myself. And so you come back and into a more harmonious relationships with other people, partner, family, and friends. You come back and you're able to enjoy your connections with others much more because you went on this little journey. It doesn't have to be a long-term thing. It could be like a trip, 1 week, 2 weeks, you know, or a few days. But I do feel like there is like a sense of needing to connect with yourself. Too much concern with sexual matters. Yeah, I do feel like you're a little bit concerned too much with partnership, love, sex, intimacy, even intimacy with family. I mean, friends and family. Like I feel like there's like sexual energy doesn't have to be just like sex energy. It could be creating with others. So it feels like you want to create with others, and like obviously Spirit is recommending that you do that. But in order to get that creativity back in your own self, that creative spark lit in your own life, Spirit is saying you might have to first go on this like solo adventure to find that spark within you, and then what will come naturally is wanting to share that spark with friends or new friends and kind of lighting that spark, and that will also bring in a romantic love situation, or if you're already partnered up, a really, really good soul level friend. And also people that you resonate with, that you would want to work with in your career or just like life's work kind of thing. So pile 4, I hope you enjoy this reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 5 with the Lapis Lazuli. So for this pile, we got that there are 6 blocks, 5 main ones, 1 minor one, that are the last ones, your last blocks from getting all this money in abundance. So because there's quite a few, and I'm getting the medium-sized ones. So they're not huge and they're not small. They're medium-sized, 5 of them main blocks and 1 of them minor. So I'm just going to kind of lay the cards down and just name them off one by one, and then what you're going to get because of clearing that block. Okay. Whoa. Okay. We go the 5 main blocks. Okay, so the first one is feeling the 2 of you are kind of out in the cold. So I do feel like this is specifically you and another person. So it could be your romantic love partner, or it could be a best friend or a co-worker. But the 2 of you, I'm getting the 2 of you specifically feeling like you're out in the cold. It could be 3, it could be 4 if it's like a family, or if it's like a, you know, a group of you, their friends, or a group of you, their coworkers. But feeling like you, at the minimum, the 2 of you are out in the cold. What is this in regards to? Creative arts. And what can pull you out of it is creative projects. So I do feel like there's a bit of feeling of being in a rut. Great worry over nothing. Yeah, I did get like a little bit of like a scarcity thinking kind of thing. Like, oh, this is the end. We're never going to be able to see each other again. You know, we're not going to make enough money. You know, things are just going to be miserable for us forever. You know, things aren't going to turn around at work, or things aren't going to turn around for us financially. So we're just going to be stuck here, being miserable, doing the same old things. And Spirit is saying, no, all you got to do is, you're worrying over nothing. The reason there isn't any energy or flow coming into your life right now, in all of your lives, both of your lives, or whatever, this group's lives, is because you two aren't doing anything creative to bring in that energy. So it's kind of like, you know, you're just like a black hole, and you're expecting things to manifest for you, but you're not bringing in energy to manifest those things. And the way to do it is some sort of creative project. So just anything creative, anything, absolutely anything you could think of for the both of you or this group of you to kind of do, whether it's gardening or creating a poster or creating a, like, puzzle isn't really one, something that takes more creativity. Making a video, even if it's just like stupid and fun, it's like, oh, let's just do this as a good joke. Like, okay, it'll be so much fun, just bring it in. You two want to bring in new energies, new manifestations, feeling like things are changing and progressing in your life, but you're not bringing any energy in order to manifest those things with. So nothing is wrong in your life. You're just not, you have to be in flow with energy. You receive energy and you put it back out. You're not putting back out any energy, and therefore you're not receiving anything. So Spirit's like, that's a quick fix. Just do something creative. Any dumb thing, any fun thing, any small or big thing, it doesn't matter. Just do something god dang creative. They're a little frustrated. 2 of Cups. And what will you receive after once you clear this block? And I got the 2 of Cups. So you will manifest love, a loving relationship. So whether you're already in one or you're wanting one, I do feel like if you are in a partnership, it's kind of like you two are like, things aren't changing in our lives. When are things going to change? It's like you two need to change it. And you need to change it by doing something creative. Doing a creative project. I do see an improvement in your relationship with a love partner if you're already on one. If not, I do see one coming in for you once you clear this block. 5 of Wands. Okay, you're getting a little snippy at me. I know it's unpleasant to hear, but like, okay, you don't have to listen to me. You can listen to your own intuition. You don't have to listen to any of this advice, okay? If you want to clear some blocks and make real good, positive changes in your life, I channel straight from source energy. I can be that resource for you. I can be channeling your higher guidance for you at this time and you don't have to get snippy at me. You don't have to get snippy at these messages coming through. You can either take it or leave it. If you want to take it, good for you. I congratulate you. You are taking a step into a beautiful, positive, divine life for yourself and your partner and the people in your life. And if you're getting triggered, you have some smaller lessons to heal first. You have some, this is a channel for very high level spiritual people who've done all this kind of work for a very long time that do not get triggered by hearing these kinds of things. Okay. So if you're getting triggered, start with someone who, is talking about the beginning of the journey, that could help you out more for where you are. This is definitely for only high vibe, very highly spiritual people, only. It could be for you even if you're not highly spiritual, but like, you'll get triggered and then you won't, you'll listen to these things and you won't want to do it on purpose because of your ego, because of your rebellious ego energy. So it'd probably be best if you don't listen to this, if you feel like you will get triggered. If you aren't going to get triggered, these are the steps that will 100% guarantee you money right there at your front doorstep. So let's do this. Okay, the Hanged Man. Like, I'm taking my time out to do this reading, okay? For the benefit of people, for the benefit of mankind, for the benefit of the highly spiritual people, of finishing off, clearing off any blocks. Okay, so I'm like fasting right now, and I wouldn't do this kind of work if I didn't really genuinely care about people and doing right by people and have everyone getting all the abundance and all the aligning with their highest and best truth and being their true authentic self. I wouldn't be doing this. Why would I waste my time? I have other readings to do today that give me money, Okay. So, the Hanged Man in reverse. So I do feel like you are ready to move forward in something, in love. Okay, you want to move forward in love. I feel like you want to level up in your love connection. So if you're already with a partner, you kind of want to level up to the next phase of your connection, whatever that is, moving in, getting married, having kids, or just, making it official, whatever it is, going on your first trip together, whatever it is, however small or big it is. You want to take the next step. And if you are not in a relationship with someone, you want the next relationship to be higher level, more serious, more mature, more aligned to who you are now and what you deserve now. A way more mature relationship where you're both on the same page. Bold, plenty of material things. So I do feel like the block here is that you want all of these things, all these next things in your romantic love relationships, but it's too many things at once. So if I'm getting from Spirit, if you focus on one thing at a time or something. Children. Yeah, I do feel like you want to take on a very big next project with your romantic love partner that you're currently in partnership with, or your next partnership. You definitely want to take on bigger things than you have in the past, or take on bigger things in a better way than you have in the past. And I feel like there's so many like so many things on your checklist to kind of make sure, like, oh yeah, make sure we have this done and this done and this done before we move on to having like kids, or move on to having this, you know, higher level connection. Shield, you need to defend yourself. Yeah. So I am getting, you are meant to have many beautiful blessings materially in your life. So I feel like you're like, oh, I don't, I'm using a baby as an example, but it could be anything. It could be taking on a business, a new home, a home project, living together, taking a trip together, or whatever, combining finances, whatever the situation is, taking on a huge undertaking between the two of you. You are meant to have many material things. Like, so for example, if you want to have a baby, I'm just using that as an example, but you know, you want to be able to afford the best crib, the best stroller, you know, the best baby food, all the best toys, and the, you know, no chemicals in these plastics, no, you know, all the best things. And you don't want to settle for what you got, or what we'll have to do. You want all the best things, and you know you deserve all the best things for this next project for you and your partner. And Spirit is saying you have to stand up for yourself, and it seems like you already have been standing up for yourself and saying, hey, I want to take on this next project with you, but I need to make sure that I can have these things. You know, enough money, or enough money for these things, or enough success in your career or my career for us to, like, you know, have enough time, energy, and money for these things, for this next step. Time could be a resource that you like, you know, I really want to move it in with you, or I really want to go on this trip with you, but like, you know, I want to make sure that I'm sacrificing my time for the right things. I want to make sure this will, like, you know, be successful, this next endeavor. I feel like there's already been too many times where things haven't been successful when you want to take on this kind of big project with your partnership, or you want to go in a more serious direction, or level the connection up. I feel like your partners were never really ready for that, or you weren't really ready for that. And there is a kind of, like, you know, there is that saying that, like, you know, you'll never be absolutely ready for anything, right? You'll always want some things here and there, or, you know, something could be a little bit more perfect. But I feel like in your case, you're like, no, I absolutely know that I need certain things if I want to have a child, or have take on this next big project for our connection. Whether that's indication at work that you're going to get a raise, or indication that you'll be able to afford a bigger house, or have a house in a different location, or, you know, be able to afford all the little things. So whatever it is, like, your Spirit is like, yeah, you've been already doing this. You just need to hold on to the fact that, yes, you do need some specific material wealth in order to take on the next project, you know. And what you will receive for clearing this block, Temperance. It first came out in reverse and it flipped. You come into this very calm energy where things just start to flow easily. And so we saw in the beginning that, like, okay, like you might have some issues with the flow of energy, giving and taking. And so I feel like this is a really good lesson and test of that although you and your partner want to level up, you're not going to unless you know that you have enough energy coming in to manifest these things successfully. So you're getting the hint now. You're getting, like, understanding what is necessary to manifest the things that you want in life. And you have the patience for it. You're like the Devil in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse. You're like, I can see now that part of the block I had in manifesting the things I wanted was not having the patience to wait for the things that I want first to manifest. So, like, I think you've already set out to the universe, like, hey, I want to have children, or I want to level up my connection with my person with this kind of project or this next new venture between us. And the universe is, like, ready to give you resources and material and money and stuff in order to get to that step. But it feels like you never really have the patience to wait for, like, you put in the energy, right? The creative arts, the creative energy. So this could be, like, for example, if you want children, you could be like, you could take up a creative hobby that you want to share with your child, or that is something that will be helpful for when you have that child. For example, you can, like, learn to crochet, and then you, like, start making a lot of blankets, and you're like, oh, this would be really nice to make them blankets and stuffed toys and clothes here and there. But, like, yeah, getting into the habit of starting a new creative projects in order to share it with your person. For example, if you really like music, you know, you start picking it up again if you haven't picked it up for a long time, and you're like, oh, this is something I would really love to, like, share with my kid if they had interest in it. So just picking up a creative hobby to kind of help that kid. But you also understand now, like, okay, you send the creative energy out to connect with the universe. The universe brings in what you need. They give you the resources, and then once you get the resources, you can put in the energy again, send it off in request for this new manifestation. And so you're kind of getting how this manifestation thing works. So, like, now you're like, okay, now I need to put in creative energy in terms of having a kid or whatever this next project is. So you're kind of getting the hint of it. Okay, so you know that there's patience and there's flow and there's, like, energy coming in and energy leaving. You're getting the hint of that. So what is this next block? What is this next block that we can look into? Yeah, look at that. Five of Pentacles twice. So we have you're also learning how to not manifest what you don't want. So you're careful with what your words. You're careful with what you think of. You know, instead of being like, oh, well, watch us end up in, like, a little poor shack or be homeless, and, like, watch us, like, just be overwhelmed with having this kid and, like, nothing going right, and then watch me, like, lose my job instead of, like, getting that raise and promotion. Like, I bet they'll find one way to kick me out. Like, we had the worst luck, blah, 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 blah. So you're really watching what you say and how you think, and you think positively now. You know that, like, using your imagination and your creative, like, your creativity to envision what your life would look like, even if it won't look exactly like that. You know that you're envisioning positive things and the feelings that your visions create for you. So it's like, oh yeah, I have a feeling that we'll have like a really warm, comfortable home. It'll be really nice to hear the kids laugh and the warm food and us gathering around to do a puzzle or some activity or game together. Like, you're envisioning different things, even if it's like, you know, you just watched like a fantasy movie or something. It's like, oh, look how they're, you know, playing in the floating tree forest or whatever. It's like, oh, that'd be so cute with kids, like, you know, climbing these trees that are floating high into the sky and then using their whatever toy to kind of fly around. It's like, you know, you can be creative, you can be imaginative, and it'll manifest in realistic ways. Something about like you watching the kids play in the backyard, or, you know, run around in the park or something, or when you go to the beach, like you can definitely, like, it'll definitely manifest in like realistic ways, but you just have to have that feeling and that positivity and visualizing the good aspects, not the negative aspects. So yeah, one of the things that you're definitely learning is no negative self-talk. Tulip, great passion. And not for nothing, like, one of the reasons that you might have turned so negative recently is because you have such great love, you have such great creativity, and things that just didn't end up working out for you. And you know what changes that? What changes that is you just changing your mentality and finding some a reason for that. Usually people are a really good reason to kind of change your habits. So if you have someone new in your life, or someone potentially new coming in, a child, it's easier to kind of change your habits because they don't know the old you. So that's definitely a good trick. It doesn't even have to be like a new friend or anything. It could just be like you want to start reading more, so you make friends with the librarian and you have good small talk once in a while, and they know this new you. They don't know the old you because, you know, you're trying to be this different person. And you'll slowly change into that more positive person with a more positive outlook. Yeah, and not for nothing, it's probably because you are so... I feel like the most cynical people in the world are people who have been just so heartbroken for such a long time, and it's because they have such a capacity for love, to hold love for such a long time, and to hold such great amount of love and for such a long time, that those are the people that end up become cynical when they had their heart broken or their visions broken so many times, and that they had their personality turn cynical, is because they have the ability to hold on to an emotion for a very long time, whether it's positive or negative. Ladder, climbing towards success. So yeah, this is something that you have to take steps in, just one thing at a time. And you'll get there. You have the patience for it. You know what this is all for. This beautiful positive change. And I feel like if for example, if you and a partner are both involved in this process of changing your mindset, like, I feel like both of you will help each other, and you two will both grow together, and help each other with that creative process. Two of Swords in reverse. I feel like that wasn't the card that came out. Yeah, Two of Pentacles came out. I guess I'll take both. Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords in reverse. I do feel like with the Eight of Swords in reverse and the Two of Swords in reverse, it was unclear the direction of your life and where it was going. I feel like you kind of knew like bigger things in your life, like big things that you wanted, big goals that you had, but you weren't making any strides to that. You wanted to level up the connection, your romantic love connection. You wanted to achieve bigger goals between the two of you, but you two were nowhere near ready for that. And it's because you were focusing on the big goals, which is great, but you weren't letting the little things in between you where you are now and that big goal to manifest. You're focusing too much on the destination versus the steps to get there. And the universe is ready and willing to help you out and manifest those little things with you. It's just that you'll need to want it. You'll want to take the steps in order to get there. In very, very rare circumstances, do you wish for something very, very big and then the universe just manifests for you. You have to have incredible manifestation powers in order to do that. One of the ways to begin having those kind of incredible manifestation powers, it's working with the small things at first. So you're gonna have to want to work hard for this. You don't have to work hard, but like want to do some sort of work and take action towards this, and want to take steps. You want to want to do that, and Spirit will manifest it for you because you want to do it, and then you'll have to take those steps, and then you'll finally get there. And as you're going through these processes, your manifestation abilities will strengthen. And so not only will you get clarity on where you're going, but how to get there. Because I feel like before, you're like, whether you knew it or not, like you had big goals, big lofty goals for yourself and your partner. You just didn't know how to get there, or you thought you did, but you didn't actually. Okay. Let's wrap that one up. 8 of Cups, yeah. It's a slow process of just kind of leaving behind behaviors, but I feel like you are willing to take that journey, and that's like hats off to you. You're a really strong individual soul. I feel like this is someone who is, whether you are new to the spiritual journey or you've been on it for a very long time, some of us, like, we do a full circle moment where it's like we look back to some of the spiritual work we've already done because it's been so long. And we've gotten so, like, there are people out there who go back to sleep and, you know, disregard their spiritual journey and have to start again or start from where they left off. So this, I'm getting like, you might have been someone who reached real great heights in your spiritual journey, but then kind of fell off and had to start again from where you left off, or where you kind of quit and gave up. So, because I do feel like you have a really good, like, partnership, a divine counterpart kind of person in your life, or will have in your life. So you've done a lot of work already in your life, but it feels like you kind of, like, backtracked a little bit too much, and it seems like you'll have to backtrack because you fell behind a little bit too much. And you know the process, and I feel like, yeah, you kind of quit or give up at some point. And Spirit is saying what's going to manifest for you is, like, you're going to be able to see, you have all these lofty goals. The things that you manifested before might have been little, but you have these big goals, and at some point you stopped working towards them. What is this next? Blockage. The King of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Yeah, like all these, like, 5 cards that, like, popped up really resonates with the 5, which is great because this is, like, great change. You are in a really good place to make a lot of positive changes in your life, one after another. I feel like all together, even, like, you know, all these things kind of work together, but it's kind of hard to manifest multiple things at once. You have to be a master manifester in order to do that. So to tackle one of these at a time, you don't have to do it in order, whatever order works for you, but just tackle one of these things at a time and you'll get there. Okay, so the King of Wands and the 5 of Swords. So I do feel like you had, like, a issue of, like, you might have found a lot of truth. You might have found a lot of knowledge and wisdom, spiritual wines, and just truth, like, research a lot of knowledge on whatever topics that interest you. And you might have had a lot of issue with people who may have not seen things in your way, and you're like, well, this is the truth though, how can you not see it? Are you stupid? Like, and you get into a lot of confrontations with people because they couldn't see things your way. Fair man. Yeah, so I do feel like there's a lot of you might be in a place where you find yourself segregating from other groups. So if you're in one of these groups that are polarizing people, in situations where it's like one sex versus the other, or one race group versus another, or one socioeconomic group versus another, or whatever it is, like one group versus another, politically or whatever, if you're in one of those situations where you're polarizing the collective rather than unifying it, that's a block. Yeah, because it's just one of those things. It's like not everyone is going to see things the way that you do because they haven't had the experiences that you did. And they might think differently, and that's nothing's wrong with that, you know? And you kind of have to, instead of having people come see your way, you might want to be a little bit open to seeing the way that other people think and why. Network of people. You need to expand your network of people. This is a really big part of the spiritual journey where you kind of have to see yourself in other people's shoes. And it's like, you're not no different from that person. You could have been born in that body in their circumstances, and maybe you would have done things differently. Maybe you would have done things the very same way. But how would you know? All you know is that you both come from the same source energy. You are both source looking at itself. Source having an experience in a human body. And if you go high enough, you can definitely be the soul that's in both bodies. It's one energy. We're all part of the same collective, you know, and this is an exercise. You don't have to do this often because I don't think it's healthy to do this exercise too often. But once in a while, recognize that, like, hey, I could have been born as that person or be in that person's shoes, and I can't judge them. Maybe I would have done the same thing, you know? So yeah, there's a little bit of that. Or there could be a feeling of like, yeah, I know I'm right, or I'm seeing the higher perspective, but maybe other people aren't there yet. And kind of respecting people for where they are in their journey and what their lessons in this life are to be, what their experiences in this life are to be. And like, you know, it could be completely different from the ones that you're supposed to experience. So it's coming to an understanding of that. Having less conflicts of people because of their views. What you're going to receive, 6 of Wands, so success immediately. So as soon as you kind of open your heart up, it might take a few rounds, like it might take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 rounds of you kind of backing off, not arguing with people, letting them see, seeing their perspective, letting them see yours, or not even bringing yours up, just kind of learning and just being quiet and listening. You know, not letting your ego kind of speak for you. I just that act of letting someone else speak and letting someone else share their perspective, or respectfully disagreeing and not going hard on them, can be a really, really positive indication of your heart chakra opening, your third eye chakra opening, your crown chakra opening. So it could be a really good for you to, you know, expedite your spiritual progress by opening yourself up to how other people think and live and behave and are. Okay, so the success that you will receive in order to do and when you do this, wow, the Emperor. Yeah, so I do feel like you might want to take down the patriarchy. You might want to take down old structures. You might want to take down the belief systems that you were born into, and all that. But you might have felt like you weren't making great change. You didn't know how to do it. You know, feeling like things will never change. Once you open your hearts and your minds, you will find that all the tools are given to you. See, it's all about, once you kind of open yourself up to the universe and kind of let go of energies and let things come to you, you'll find that the universe, if this is what you truly want to do in this lifetime, will show you how to change these structures and for to be more successful for humanity. Or even if you decide that like you are okay what's going on out there, you're just taking care of yourself and your energies and your community, you'll still have success because you'll find that you're given the resources to make that small change within your own life, your own personal life. All right, so what is this last block? Okay. Knight of Wands. Okay, so I do feel like you want to jump ship with the work that you're doing. So I feel like you might want to leave your job, or you might want to quit for another job offer that you received, or you kind of want to change the field of work that you are in, the line of work that you are in. And I feel like you kind of want to make like a hasty decision in regards to that. Ring, a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Yeah. Because we were talking about business, like I do feel like you're getting promises of better pay or better benefits or better something in this other opportunity. Receiving offer opportunity. Yeah, so I do feel like you're getting another like kind of job offer. That seems like it will be long term for you. Let me see if why is this a block? Bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Okay, so I am getting that like if you're wanting to quit your current job because it's too hard, or you're not getting the respect that you deserve, or you feel like you put in too many hours and not getting enough back from where you work, saying like stand your ground and fight for the position that you have, that you worked so hard for, and that you already worked so hard in already. Don't take the easy way out. Don't just take this job that comes in, promises you all this like glitter and success and prosperity and godlike powers or whatever. But if you like this new opportunity coming in and you feel like it's the right direction for you, don't be willing to take the first offer, like counter offer, or look over the contract and see what you can, because I feel like they know it's a really good offer. So they can offer you a tiny bit less, or they can, I don't know, they have something on you, like maybe you're new, or you're inexperienced in this area, or something, you might not have the years, or you might not, this is like completely different from what the kind of work that you did. So they're willing to kind of, they're kind of giving you a little bit of a pay cut, or a little bit less benefits or something. And that's fair, because like companies, like if they can get away with giving you less, why wouldn't they? If you're not going to stand up for yourself. So I would definitely say have your contract looked over, make a counter offer if possible, ask for more things, stand your ground, because you know your worth, you know your value, and because you know your worth and value, they will definitely like reciprocate in kind. They will definitely match what you feel like your value is. I'm not saying be ridiculous. I mean, I'm saying like be fair and go for what you know is right for you. Okay. Dog, protection from a powerful friend. Yeah, I am getting like, don't be like bullied. Like don't feel like don't lose your confidence. Don't lose your ground, because you feel like this is such a like, I feel like this is a really incredible opportunity that you might like feel like, oh, I should just take whatever they give me. But Spirit is saying that you're protected, because yeah, this person is pretty high up there. They're pretty powerful. They have good status. They have good power. But if you can show that you can stand up to them, I'm getting like it's going to show a lot of things. It's going to show strength, loyalty, and protection for them as well. Like they'll see that like this is someone that like in a tough situation would look out for me as well. They're going to see you as someone more than like a lackey. They're going to see you as someone who is like potentially their right-hand man, someone to trust important decisions in the company or the business for. They're gonna see your potential right in that counter offer. So I would definitely say Keep things interesting. They expect people to just take what they offer. Okay. And you are protected. So like if you're like worried like this is gonna ruin your chances, Spirit saying like no, you're protected as long as you're reasonable. Like there's no way that they're gonna deny what you ask for. Strength card in hand. So yeah, this is about like you gaining the strength, because I feel like there's a part of you that's like, I want to be strong. I want to be able to make boss ass decisions. I want to be able to do, you know, like make baller moves and be a fierce but loving, kind leader. And this is like a test. Like the universe, like they're like, do you really want this? Prove it to yourself. We'll give you the opportunities, the resources in order to have you do the work and step up into that energy. So, you know, everything you do is on your own. You're the only one in this physical realm. You're the one who has to do things, manipulate things physically, because source energy is energy. Your spirit guides, your higher self are energy. You know, and they can't physically move things for you. Even you would have to develop telekinesis in order to do that, manipulate physical things in this physical form, physical world. So I'm getting like you have to kind of like, they can give you the opportunities, the resources, they can nudge things in a certain way, like events and things like that, time, divine timing and things like that. But in the end, you're the one who has to do the physical thing. So this is your opportunity to be that leader that you want to be courageous and show strength. Roar. Child of Pentacles. I'm getting time to put away childish things. So I feel like this is your opportunity to be like, I'm getting with the big dogs, like with the big, and to be in the big leagues. Because I feel like in the position you had before, and like I mentioned before, sometimes when you are around new people, you can be different. You can be the version of yourself that you want to be. And they don't know who the old version of you is. You know, they'll just see this new version, and then you'll kind of slip into that new version of yourself much easier. So if you act as a very strong, courageous leader when accepting this new offer or opportunity, I am getting it's work related, but it could be romantic. It could be like if your work situation is already locked in. It could be romantic. It could be another like opportunity for like, I don't know, if you want to like get a new house or buy something big or something, big purchase. But I'm feeling for most of you it's a work opportunity. Yeah, it's a chance to kind of show this new version of yourself. And once you do, like, I feel like energetically you'll feel exhausted and tired the next few days, because like you're showing your teeth, you're showing this new version of yourself, and now your body's like, okay, that's who we are now, let's integrate, you know. Okay, then lastly, I'm just gonna do that like little minor block that's nothing, because Spirit said I had to do all 6. 2 sevens, that you're right on the right path. So this minor one is just like believing you're on the highest and best path at all times. Everything is happening for your best outcome, that you are. And then when you choose the things that you love in your life to be in your life, like a partner or work or whatever it is for your highest and best good, and it is your highest and best love. Yeah, so whether this is a person, friends, like your romantic love partner, people you choose to keep in your life or interact with more often, even hobbies, things, opportunities, like believe that it is for your highest and best good, that you are choosing this because it is for your highest and best good, and they do resonate with you on the highest level. That's the only thing. Because I do think you've done a lot of work already, beautiful soul. I just feel like there's a little bit of you that kind of got like knocked off and lost confidence a little bit. The Chariot. Yeah, things are going to be happening very quickly for you now. So that's why Spirit's like, trust. Just keep going, trust. And these might feel like small steps, but they're actually you reigniting your fire. You're a very powerful soul. and you're meant to do so much. You just, your fire went out for a little bit, and you're regaining that fire, igniting that fire, and it's a little spark at a time, but once that fire starts roaring, oh my goodness, watch out. All right, so pile 5, I hope you enjoy this reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 6 with the orange calcite. Let's look at your one blockage. So I looked into how many blocks this pile has, and Spirit was like 1. And I said how many main ones, and they're like, there isn't really. And I asked the level of which this blockage is, and there's like very minor. So it's one very minor blockage. I wouldn't be surprised if you're nearly done with this blockage, healing it, releasing it, whatever you need to do. Wow, yeah, see, money's already coming in. So I feel like you've already done the work. This is just something that's like that you're already aware of, that you already done a lot of work clearing. So yeah, I do get that you already are in the process of receiving your money, your abundance at this time. Yeah, there's like no like block energy. Star card, yeah. Wow, look at that. So you're already receiving your abundance, your biggest wishes coming true. So yeah. Okay. This kind of clipped my cheek here. Pleasure with a close friend. So I do feel like you're already going to start enjoying this money or manifestation that's coming in for you with a close friend. So I do believe Spirit is like, okay, whatever this minor block is, you already kind of dealt with it. You're already aware of it. You've already kind of cleared it. And you're about to get in your abundance, or you're starting to get in your abundance anyway, because this block is already basically all cleared. There might be just like a little bit of clearing to do. But Spirit is basically saying you're already starting to receive your abundance, and you're going to start using this abundance, having fun with like a really close friend or someone that you're really close to. Candle, you will be shown the way. So if there is any like little bit left that you need to do in this block, Spirit will show you the way. In fact, they're saying that you basically cleared the block. There might be a little bit left, but it wasn't meant for you to clear just yet. You'll see what it is. As it's a block that has to do with when you're receiving your abundance. So it'll come up. It's the rest of this that needs to be cleared will be cleared up when you're starting to deal with receiving this abundance. Okay, is there any clue? Are you giving me any clue to what this is? Celebration. Nope. Spirit's like, pile 6 already knows. You don't need to do anything here. They already got it. It's just time to celebrate. Electronics, social media. Okay, so I do feel like you're getting some kind of recognition here. I feel like you're going to get a lot of good luck in your social media and people who want to connect with you because you're getting in all this abundance. People will want to be your friend. People want to reach out. People will want to give you offers. So you'll start seeing, I'm getting junk mail. So I'm seeing that you're probably going to get more like robocallers. You're probably going to get more junk mail. You're probably going to get like more random people that you don't know messaging you. Even before you receive your abundance, that's going to be your sign, and it's because you already hold the energy of this abundance and money coming in. That's why it's being attracted to you. But because of that, you're also attracting a lot of the trash also that wants that piece of that energy, wants to be associated with your energy. So you're like this huge magnet, and you're bringing in a lot of abundance and a lot of money. But with all those coins, you're going to pick up some paper clips and some, scrunched up pieces of foil or something, like you're just going to get some things that you don't really want as well. Because you have such a big energy that your gravity is so big, you're attracting so much to you, and a lot of things that will be things that you don't want, and some of the things will be things that you kind of want but not really. You're after the big kahuna, So I feel like you're your block clearing will have to do something with disseminating what's trash from what might be usable later to what might be not for you, but something you could pass on to other people, to things that are related to your bigger goals. Like, you know, like it's like kind of putting things in piles and like kind of organizing and using your discernment. Bread, period of prosperity and abundance. Yes. You're already getting like there's wow. See, I told you like there's like nothing left for you to do except receive, and I feel like you already cleared this blocked, but this little bit of this lesson that you need to clear or whatever has to do with like when this abundance comes in, like how to like organize it and how to figure out what it is that you want versus what things that you don't want. And some of the things are going to be easy, like, oh yeah, this is like complete trash, I don't need it. Some of the things it's like, okay, this would have been kind of cool, but like I don't need it, but maybe I can give this offer or opportunity to someone else I know. And other things like might be things that you really, really want, but you might have to like choose between two things or a few things that like you want really badly, but you had to figure out like the timing might not work to have all three at once. You might have to have one thing. You might have to like go a couple paths. And so that's the kind of lesson, is just kind of picking your priorities, being able to like pick a goal. Because like, for example, if you have three big things that come in that you want, that you've always wanted, and they all come in at once, you're going to have to figure out, for example, if it's like in your career, you have three beautiful job opportunities that come up, or three like beautiful home locations and homes that come up that you want, and you want all of them for different reasons. You're gonna have to really like figure out what your highest priorities are, and that's really, really tough when you can see yourself in all three of those paths. You know, that's the kind of little bit of the work that you all have to clear. It's not like even like a bad thing. It's just more of like you're a high level spiritual person. It's something that you're going to have to learn to do. And I'm telling you, only leaders, only like rulers, like kings and queens have to go through this, like have to make really tough decisions like this. Like really high level leaders, because if everyone could do it, then everyone would be leaders, you know. But I feel like you're like a very high level leader, so like you're getting some of like the toughest choices to make, and this is just a little bit of practice for what's to come. So what will you receive? What manifestation will you receive because you cleared this block? Yeah, King of Cups. I'm getting very well respected. You have a lot of gravity. You have a lot of energy that attracts whatever you want. You become sort of like a master manifester in a certain way. You definitely have good pull with people. I feel like one of your skills that you're working on, because I'm like, you're already done with the blocks. You already know what you're doing with yourself, with your life. Like you already know how to do things. One of the skills you're working on during this manifestation is how to prioritize, organize, and you know, schedule your life, kind of how to manage all these opportunities come in, because it seems like the opposite problem that you've had in the past, where you felt like you didn't have the right opportunities or you didn't have enough opportunities, and now you're getting an overwhelmingly amount of too many opportunities. And it's because you're just like, you know, look at this heart center, like you're just pulling in so much, you're calling in so much because you hold such a high energy, such a high power. And it's love energy. So like love is creation, like everything is made of love energy. So you're able to create a lot more because the energy that you use to create things is pure. And so you can't go wrong. Like any decision you make, you can't go wrong. It will always be useful to you. It will be always like interesting and, you know, pleasurable and fun for you. So you're getting like one of those, like you're getting like the king and queen like lessons. Like you're going to king and queen school and the emperor and the empress school, where you're learning how to like pick the best of the best route from a lot of pretty awesome routes. You know, it's like, it's kind of like, okay, you have unlimited power, wealth, and resources you can do anything in the world, what would you want to do? It's a difficult question because there's so much you probably want to do that you can do. If you pick one thing, doesn't mean you can't do the other thing. So that your lessons are going to be a little bit more top tier and a little bit more different than other Lightworkers. Yeah, temperance, fire and ice. I'm getting like you can go to any extreme that you wish. Like literally you can go, like you might have a home in somewhere warm and also have a home somewhere very cold. Both places very beautiful. Like you can go between, like you have a really fun time balancing your energies because you can go to any extreme and then afford to go to the other extreme. So you can really balance yourself out anytime. If you're in a very like chaotic city, doing a lot of fun things, going to museum, trying a lot of restaurants, meeting a lot of people, you could immediately go to somewhere quiet in a spa-like retreat, tone it down, and you can go between extremes a lot if you need to balance your energy. So I'm getting, you're always kind of in balance no matter how one way you go. Like you could always go the other way because it's like very like it's feasible for you. It's always within reach to do the other, like go the other way and balance yourself out. So like I don't know, like this is like kind of crazy because I don't know, I haven't experienced this, but like I definitely see that you're so balanced that you can bring in energy so quickly and so powerfully. You become a master manifester, and some of the lessons that you're going to be learning is much different than the other folks because it's just, you know, high class, like just, I don't know, top tier kind of learning energy worker. Bear, danger, especially in money matters. Yeah. It gets to the point where you can do more dangerous things or seemingly dangerous things. I do see like the risk of going to the extremes too much. But it feels like no matter how much you push yourself, you can always center yourself again. And that's like the only dangerous thing is like once you get this much money and wealth and resources, you just want to be aware that like at any point this can be taken away from you, you know, to not get attached to these things, and be aware that if you go to one extreme, you might lose everything there before you get to go to the other extreme to balance yourself out. So you might be willing to take more risks here and there because you have the resources, you have the knowledge, the wisdom, and the resources to do all these things. But you would just want to be aware that at any moment things can be taken away from you, all this physical wealth and everything. So you probably want to, like, you probably will go from like extreme to extreme for a while or once in a while until you kind of even out and figure out what your most balanced life would look like. Even that example of like you might have a house in somewhere really warm and have a house somewhere really cold. You might balance out and find what your true authentic self is. It might be somewhere closer to the warmth, but you know, still a little bit cool, or somewhere a little bit more cool where there's like a lot of seasons, but still a little bit warmer than just very cold. So just be like, you know, I feel like Spirit is like talking about what's next for you rather than the blockage, because you pretty much got it, and so they rather talk about something you don't know or something that is coming. Success. So like bread and success, like I'm getting bread for success. Like all the things that you went through in life was specifically so you could be here to have this kind of power. And just like anyone who gets a lot of power overnight, you know, you kind of play with it at first. You kind of test your limits sometimes. You go to some extremes. You know, take more chances. You take more risks. Live a little bit more dangerously sometimes. But I feel like you have enough of a good head on your shoulders, that you know when, when to even out and when to kind of hone in on your true authentic self and kind of settle. So I do feel like it's like you kind of want to figure out like what's you, what's not you, take appropriate risks, but don't go crazy, and always remember that things can be taken away from you, to not be attached to any one thing. And that gives you a kind of a level head to kind of make the decisions that are next in your next chapter here. Yeah, I don't know if Spirit has anything else to say. Elder of Swords, that's the King of Swords. So yeah, I do feel like something about like because you have so much success, you are meant to talk about how you achieve the success. No one's perfect, but you're dang near close to it. So people will want to know how to achieve that level of perfection in their own life, or that level of self-mastery in their own life. And you are meant to kind of share your wisdom, share your knowledge, how you got to where you are. Not everyone's meant to get to exactly where you are, but you are definitely meant to help a lot of people kind of get to a more authentic version of their life. Okay, one more card. Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So I do feel like you will find a platonic friend when you start to, pleasure with a close friend, when you start to receive this abundance. And so Spirit is definitely wants to let you know that when you start receiving this abundance, you have like a trusted confidant. Like this person, this friend is going to be someone who was like with you when you had nothing, and then like, or basically nothing, and then, or you're going to look back and be like, oh, I had nothing, to basically having everything. And so this person is going to be your closest confidant. They're going to be someone you trust completely. They're not after you for your money. Like you kind of share with them. You kind of give them like a role, something that where they can make their own money. But it's more than that. Like the two of you become really close. Not that you won't find other people along the ways, but like I feel like this person is like different. They're soul family. I feel like this person is really important to you in the beginning because you went through so much darkness and sadness. And this person, whether they're someone new or someone from your past or someone you know even right now, this person kind of knows you when you were like before you received all this wealth and abundance. And so even whether you are like best friends with them or you just feel like they can understand who you are because they knew you before all this like prosperity comes in. I just feel like this is someone you can kind of like, you can bend their ear, you can just kind of let them you can just like vent to them. I feel like they're okay with that too because they get it. They understand you, and probably no one else will. 10 of Wands. It's a lot to kind of take on, this much prosperity, this much wealth of energy and money. And I feel like you need someone, and this could be a friend, like you can get into fights with them, you can get along with them better than like even your partner sometimes, or your family, or anyone else. And you might not even include them in your business. They might not have a role there. They might not have a position in your company or anything like that. Or they might. But this person is a necessity in your life because you have this burden of success, this burden of being a leader and being this like teacher. And you need someone that can see the human side of you, because everyone else is going to see this other side, this more, statuesque goddess, like higher being, walking this planet, gracing them with your presence. Like, so you need someone who like knows the human side of you, and who you can trust and won't like, you know, do wrong by you. They'll always do right by you. And I feel like this is the kind of person. So you're gonna meet them now. They're already in your life, or you're gonna meet them soon. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed your reading, beautiful File 6, and I wish you much love and light.